Hello, everybody, and welcome to Season 1, Episode 6. The great Adam is joining us. For those of you just tuning in, viewer discretion is advised. If you're easily offended, do not like adult humor, sexual innuendos, or adult content, please leave now. If for any reason we find it being a Kyle or a Karen in the comment section, we'll yeet you out of here like a motherfucker, because honestly, we don't care. Please buckle up, enjoy the ride, and when the ride comes to a complete stop, you may depart to the left. Hey, everybody, thanks for tuning in. I'm Doug, President and CEO of Wicked Weather. Joining us today, we have Adam with us. I'll let Adam introduce himself, and then we'll go around the room.
All right, thanks for having me. For those of you who don't know, my name is Adam Lucio. I've been chasing storms for longer than I care to admit because it makes me sound old, but I've been out there a while, seen a lot of things, done a lot of things, and I'm happy to be here.
You're only 25, right?
That's right. That's what I tell myself.
Okay. Go ahead, Gage.
So we'll just jump right into it, Adam. First question for those that may not know, what first drew you into storm chasing, and when did you realize it was more than just a hobby?
You know, that's always a long answer, but I love that question. I don't know what really drew me into chasing it. It's always been there since I was a kid. So I just say the doctor dropped me on my head. I lived under power lines when I was a kid or something, but really it was the thunder and the lightning that kind of first drew my attention. As a kid, I loved the sound of thunder and lightning. Growing up in Chicago, we didn't have tornadoes. There wasn't a childhood event that affected me as a kid. It wasn't the movie Twister. It wasn't, any other type of storm chaser or role model. I just loved the sound of lightning and thunder. So I started looking up and researching storms, and I learned of what a tornado is through tornado video classics, things like that. And I'm like, that looks cool. I want to go see that. That's kind of how it all got started.
So were you one of the ones who started counting from the lightning to the thunder of every second?
Yep, I always believed it was 1 second per mile, but
Absolutely.
in reality, it's actually more like 5 miles or something like that. It's not 1-to-1 though.
So
definitely not.
So do you remember your first storm chase then? How did that go?
I guess that depends on what you define as the first storm chase. When I got my driver's license at the age of 16, whenever it would rain or storm, I would just jump in my van and drive around. Let me just drive around and see what I could find.
Sure.
That was kind of storm chasing.
yeah, totally. I know I'd count that. How about your first tornado? Do you remember that?
Yes, it was May 5th, 2007, the day after Greensburg. I was actually driving down to Kansas while Greensburg was happening. It had only been the second time that I've been out to the plains. It was just a bird fart in Pratt County, Kansas, the big rotating wall cloud, and then it was done. But that technically was my first tornado, so I'll never forget it.
It counts. It counts.
It does count.
Go
ahead. Go ahead, Doug.
So, I got one question.
Yep.
What is your addiction with Subway, man?
Man, it's so good. Have you ever had Subway?
Dude, I love Subway.
Good answer. I like that. Have you ever had it?
And it's kind of funny because that only started maybe like 4 years ago. You know, I've been on more of a trying to watch my weight kick when I'm out there chasing instead of eating all the fast food and the burgers and stuff. And, it's like Subway was always there. I would stop. It was just kind of, I'd get a sandwich. But over the years, I started trying new things. And then I just found this formula that once I found it, I became obsessed. And I get it every day when I can. And I've based my target cities. I'll look up where the Subways are. And even if I'll make a forecast and here's my target city, if there's no Subway there, I'll drive 20 miles to the next town just because there's a Subway there.
I mean, I'm the same way with Sonic, so I get it.
It's just, I don't know, something about it. Something about them. Ever since they started slicing their own deli meat, the quality just went way up. They really have.
Are you sponsored by Subway yet?
No, I wish.
Subway, what are you doing? You're
That's
missing your opportunity.
I think I'm still too small.
Jared's gone. We got Adam now.
That's what I'm saying. Funny thing is, I actually met Jared at a local mall.
Oh, really?
In 1990. I have his autograph on a little brochure. Yeah, I was just at the mall randomly, and he was there signing autographs. So I actually have his autograph on a brochure.
Funny.
He's local to Indiana. That's his home state, man. I'm from Indiana. There was a whole lot there with that whole thing here just a few years ago. But yeah, I just never got the concept of how eating a 6-inch piece of bread or a whole loaf of bread was good for you, man. But I like me some Subway. Yeah.
It's just one of those things, I can eat the one sub sandwich a day or go get fast food 4 separate times. Like that sandwich actually keeps me full for most of the day.
I was gonna say, is that kind of how you mentally prepare for that chase?
Yeah,
having that Subway in your hand.
It does. It truly is. I try to go around like between 1 and 3 p.m. before initiation. I get that sandwich. It keeps me full the rest of the day, and I'm not hungry. I'm not thinking about it. It'll ride me to the end of the day, and it's helped me limit the amount of food I consume.
So 6-inch or 12?
12. Got to be 12.
Is that so you got the leftovers for later?
I eat it all in one sitting.
It's healthier that way. Yeah, it's healthier that way.
It's got to be fresh. After 3 hours, the bread starts to not be as fluffy, and that quality goes down.
Well, then we got to ask: toasted or not toasted?
I do non-toasted.
Okay.
Surprisingly, a lot of people do toasted, but for me, I like the subs better cold.
You got to try.
I'm the same way.
Yeah,
I'm the same way. I like the cold subs.
I like cucumbers and olives on my sub. It's just so better cold. It honestly is more refreshing that way. Wash it down with a nice cold Mountain Dew. It's just great.
I don't know how to relate to any of you. I like all the unhealthy foods.
So do I. That's my problem. Like Subway's like as healthy as I get.
Right.
Like that's me trying to be healthy. You just don't look up the amount of carbs and stuff in the bread, and you'll be all right.
Exactly.
So, on a more serious note, have you ever been out on a chase and your vehicle failed?
Yes, actually, it hasn't happened in a long time, but way back in 2007, I lost an alternator right at the end of the chase, thankfully. So I've never had a vehicle failure like during an active storm chase. All this, and knock on wood, and none all that. But surprisingly, I haven't. I've been quite fortunate. I try to do my diligence in maintaining them.
How about getting stuck out there? Have you ever gotten stuck, ditch, anything like that?
That has happened several times. God, when was the most recent time I got stuck? I think the most recent time I got stuck, it wasn't in my vehicle. It was in my partner at the time, his RAV4. The most recent time I got stuck was after Dodge City, May 24th, 2016. I was on the dirt road, and the dirt road did this. And it just kind of slung me into the ditch, and I couldn't crawl out of it. I could go forward, I could go backwards. I just couldn't crawl out of it because it was sloped too steep. And thankfully, a farmer in a flatbed pickup happened to drive by, and he's like, "Are you stuck?" And I'm like, "Yeah." He hooked me up to a chain and pulled me out. But I've been stuck several times. Most infamously would be the Bowdle Field incident, May 22nd, 2010. That wasn't a road; that was a whole field.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's happened. It happens. It's one of those things we have to deal with.
So, Adam,
go ahead.
I just want to let you know you can't park there, bro.
I was going to say that.
That's pretty much what the police told us when the farmer had to show up. They're like, you can't be here, and it was like, well, it wasn't exactly our intention. I posted a video on YouTube of that a few months ago. Finally told the whole story, how everything happened.
I watched that. That was good.
Yeah, it's been a controversy, a legend ever since it happened. And there's always kind of, well, how exactly did this happen? I finally just threw it out there. Like, here's what happened.
Google Maps steered me wrong.
yeah. I mean, more or less, all of our navigation software showed that road going through. It wasn't there by the time we realized it. There were 2 tornadoes behind us, and another chaser and a Chevy Impala was stuck on the dirt road, so we couldn't go back. And it literally was the only option. It was either try to bail south or risk getting hit.
Me and Gage know about those back roads and dirt roads.
We sure do. I don't know how my truck came out unscathed on that. It was so chaotic back there. Like, I am surprised nothing was broken.
Yeah, we were chasing a tornado down some dirt roads. Where was that at? I don't even remember now.
I wouldn't even have called those dirt roads. You guys were just off in the middle of nowhere. Saw donkeys, an oil field, whatever. Like, just I don't even know.
Yeah.
Gage learned real quick what happens when you follow me out there.
No, it was a good time. Unfortunately, you lost a couple lights, but
that's all right. It happens.
That'll get your heart rate going more than being close to a tornado will.
Yeah.
And your road suddenly turns from gravel to mud. Like there's always that moment.
That puddle of water that you don't know how deep it is when you go through it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. One of those cost me the Matador tornado this year.
We had a chaser do it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, Clint
ended up in a ditch. Yep.
Yeah, one of our followers actually pulled him out.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
By no means are we condoning driving through flooded roadways.
No.
That's a risk. It's hard to assess. Cost me a better view of the Matador tornado this year, and turns out a couple other chasers went through it, and they managed to get through. So it's like I could have done it, but I'm also by myself, and I'm like, if I get stuck here, like I'm literally by myself.
Exactly.
Versus having a partner that could help push and things like that. So I turned around. Cost me a better view, but sometimes that's just a decision you have to make.
So do you enjoy chasing with a partner? Do you prefer a partner, or do you like being on your own?
There's advantages to both.
Sure.
I like to chase solo because I can just float, do what I want. I don't have to worry about someone else's schedule or whether or not they want to get close or hang back or any of that. I like to chase solo, but at the same time, having a partner is also very nice. As I'm sure you all know, to share the workload. Like, I'm trying to drive, I'm trying to watch the radar, navigate the roads. I'm trying to post to my social media to keep that, current. I'm trying to do everything myself, and it is extremely difficult. So sometimes just having a driver, so I can pay more attention to the roads. And I can usually find those hidden back roads to be closer to the tornadoes. I can do a better job of that when I'm only focused on that. But when I have to do everything, you're kind of putting 75% effort into everything. Sometimes it suffers a little bit.
Well, if you ever want to team up, let me know. I love driving, and I'll 0 meter. I don't care. I'll let you do whatever you want to do, or take us wherever you want to go. I'd love to team up with you for a chase or something like that.
Let's talk. That's my thing too, is I like to drive. I like the driving part.
Yeah.
And I like to be in control because, especially when you're getting close, like, the decisions and the calculations in your head, the evasive maneuvers, when to execute, and it's harder to communicate that.
No, absolutely.
The driver usually has kind of their own thing going on in their head, and you start telling them what you want to do.
It's hard to trust somebody else too in those situations.
It is, yeah.
And then it sounds like you're yelling at them, when you're just like, oh, turn here, back up. It's like, I'm not yelling at you. It's just it's a fast situation. You have to arc the commands quickly.
Well, most of us here at Wicked Weather have military backgrounds and stuff, so we're totally used to it, and it doesn't faze us one bit. So that's
good. That's the way to be, It's the situation,
I yell at them just to yell at them. It makes me feel better.
In 200 feet, turn right.
Right.
What's the weirdest or funniest encounter you ever had with a local?
Oh man, I love running into the locals, man. They just crack me up. It's just I can't say there's anything that's been too off the top, like what in the world. It's just you get the classic stereotypical like guy rolls up in a pickup truck where you're just like, how the hell is this thing still running? And he gets out and he's like, yo, a storm chaser, in that real thick accent. He's like, I remember 1972, the one that took my shed. And it just, I love talking to him. It just cracks me up every time. But I had one guy who kind of went off on a crazy rant tangent. This story kind of sticks out in my mind as he pointed at the storm and he goes, what direction is it moving? I was like, it's heading to the northeast. And he starts jumping up and down and he's like, see, and he starts yelling at his wife. He goes, I done told you these things always come from the southwest to the northeast. He's like, her mother tries to tell him that they move southwest to southeast, and I tell them that they're always coming from the southwest. And I'm like, well, about 75% of them do. It's weather. There's no one rule. But just the way he started jumping up and down, like you could tell they'd argued about this so many times. So that one stands out to me. I thought that was hilarious. I wish I caught that on film.
We had a bunch of chasers out there at the memorial there in El Reno earlier this year, and this guy pulled up and goes, "There ain't gonna be no storms here. I know my weather." And it wasn't even 2 hours later, one dropped maybe 5 miles north of there.
Oh, I was
That's
going to ask, was that
interesting.
on a
Yeah.
chase day or just a
Yeah.
random visit?
It was a chase day.
Was that for you, Doug?
No, that was Colin, Carly, and Lindsay.
That's funny because me and Gage had the same experience.
It must have been the same guy in El Reno. Like,
Oh,
But
man.
he told us that, oh man, my knees aren't hurting yet, so there's no storm coming.
yeah.
I don't have any back pain, so no storm is coming this way.
That's
Oh yeah,
hilarious.
it was a
I've
good
never
one.
had anyone roll up on me when I've been out there. So I'll be on the lookout for this guy, though. I'll be like, I've heard about you.
Yeah. You'll
He'll
know
show-
him when you see him.
He'll show up on a lawnmower with a 6-pack.
That's hilarious.
Hey, we've had that happen, Doug. Lawnmowers, quads, you name it. What are you doing? What are you looking at? I mean, it's like Captain Obvious, dude. It's right in front of you. Just look up, it's storming. Are you a storm person? No, I'm not. I'm just out here for the hell of it,
Yeah, that reminds me of another one. I had a guy roll up on me on a quad once because I drive a black Ford Expedition. He thought I was like a government, the FBI spy. He's like, I see this strange black SUV hanging around out here.
I
Like,
will
you
say
with the government? And I'm like, no.
I will say, Adam, when you pulled up next to me in my Jeep Gladiator earlier this year at the gas pump, you looked just like that. I was like, man, what's the FBI doing here following me?
I get told that occasionally, I thought you were a cop. And I'm like, no, like I'm actually not trying to look like the police. I have the roof rack with some side lights on it. I guess that makes me look like a police officer in the
FBI surveillance truck.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm just nervous.
I'm just a big guy. Yeah, what are you hiding over there?
Exactly.
You got a sub sandwich in there I don't know about? Like,
You never know. No, I can guarantee I don't have one of those.
He's got a double-decker bean burrito.
Absolutely.
So, Adam, what's the most beautiful storm? Like when you were standing there and looking at it, do you remember a storm that you were like, this literally could not get any more like picture perfect?
Yeah, it's behind me.
Yeah, I was going to ask about it. Yeah.
It's probably a little hard to see, but that was the one in New Mexico this year, the Naravisa Sunset Supercell. A lot of chasers were there. Just the most unbelievable color combination that I've ever seen. I haven't seen anything else like that in 20 years of storm chasing. So yeah, there is a print of that on my wall back there. Again, it's probably a little hard to see. But that one, certainly, it's not the best structure that I've seen. That would be the bigger one here, south of Rapid City. I consider that my number one supercell structure. But as far as like the combination of colors and storm structure, that Naravisa New Mexico supercell we had back in June was truly something special. Like, I ran into other chasers on the side of the road, like Brett Wright and stuff, and we were jumping up and down, hugging each other, like we had just seen the most epic tornado of our lives. Like for just a structured supercell, that one was truly special.
Yeah, we got a chaser out in New Mexico that shows up once in a while.
Yeah, Gage, where's your pretty picture at, dude? Where were you at?
I think I might have been in Texas.
Oh, no.
It was one of those where you travel way
Blame it
farther.
on me.
It's like you travel way farther than what you need to. You're like, I'm looking, I think I need to go over here. And then it ends up being like right on your doorstep kind of thing. You're like, oh my God. But
Hey, I can't leave the state of Indiana. You can ask Doug. Every time I leave the state of Indiana, there's storms here. It never fails.
Yeah, it happens to all of us too. It never fails. You leave and then pow. Every time my house here in Texas has gotten hit by something, I haven't been here. All my neighbors are like, "Where were you?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm somewhere else." Because they know.
I'm 3 states over.
Yeah.
If
I've never been here when we've gotten whacked really hard.
Adam,
you've been chasing. Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say you've been chasing. You said over 20 years. So, what piece of technology has changed the ball game for you?
It's got to be just having better internet. With the way the cell networks have improved, and now we got Starlink. Like I just started using Starlink this year, and to have data like in south of Fort Stockton, Texas, I was like, "What is this?" Like,
I just bought Starlink. I haven't installed it yet in my Jeep, but it's coming here in the next few days.
Which one did you get?
I got the standard kit, so I got it, and then the unlimited.
Yeah, it's a game changer. Starlink is amazing. I ran the mini this year, which was great. It was very sensitive. Like as soon as you get that thing near hail, it would cut out on me, which is kind of unfortunate because that's when you want it the most. But I just upgraded to the performance kit, the Gen 3. I've got it behind me. This thing is absolutely massive. I have no idea how I'm going to mount it yet.
Yeah, I got the Gen 3 performance kit on the standard, and the reason I went with standard instead of mini is on the Jeep, because I have a fiberglass roof, I can actually mount it on the inside. So I don't have to mount it on the outside. It'll actually shoot through the fiberglass roof.
Oh, that's
So
awesome.
yeah, I was like, okay, I can go bigger instead of having to worry about it getting damaged with all the hill.
Yeah, absolutely. So I've got that back there, and I'm not an engineer, so I'm kind of staring at it going, what am I going to do with this thing? But
So, with that being said, if you mount that to your roof, you realize how much more of an FBI vehicle you're going to look like.
I know that's just going to exasperate the problem there. But
Next time I see him, I'm printing off an FBI sticker for the back of his Jeep.
maybe I can incorporate that into a logo somehow. Maybe that's the piece of marketing I've been missing my whole
There you
career.
go.
Put the sunglasses on.
Yeah,
The Men in
federal
Black
boundary
style.
investigator or something.
Yeah.
Black
So
Storm Chaser.
I'm going to bounce back real quick to when you leave town and your neighbors are asking. I think your neighbors should learn by now. If you're leaving town to go storm chasing, they should probably pack their bags too.
They probably should, because the storm dome that protects us when I'm here goes with me when I travel. So it opens the floodgates here.
Yeah.
Which is it was the funny thing. I bought my new expedition last year, which I call 3.0. I left it in my driveway and I took my old one out to go chasing. And then we had tennis ball hail here. So the first hail dents my new chase vehicle got was from sitting in my driveway. I didn't take it chasing because I'm like, all right, we're not putting it in the hail yet. It got dented sitting in my damn driveway. So it's just how it goes.
Oh, yeah. So Subway sandwich, what song are you playing while you're eating it?
Oh man, what song am I playing? It's something metal, obviously. All types of things. I've been really into some of the old new metal from in the early 2000s lately, listening to my favorite band Spine Shank lately. I'm really into Electric Cowboy lately. I've got YouTube up on the other monitor here, stuff I'm listening to. Let's see what's in this list right now.
Pick out your top 3 there. What do you got?
It's just off the way the stupid thing here is.
So you're telling me no George Strait on your playlist?
Not in a chase playlist. I keep it heavy. So I've got some In Flames up here. So some Kill Switch, Engage. It looks like Imminence, band called Times of Grace, which is a Kill Switch Engage side project. Volbeat is a big one, of course. Everybody loves Volbeat. Who does it? If you don't like Volbeat, I don't trust you as a human. They're just a good all-around band, but it's something metal. I'm a metalhead.
Yeah. Awesome.
Do you play instruments or anything like that? Like if you weren't chasing storms, what would you be doing?
I played the drums for a couple of years back when I was a teenager. Then quickly I realized being in a band was like having 5 girlfriends. And, I struggle just to keep one that wants to put up with me, let alone 5. So that was a very short phase. But if I had to pick a favorite instrument, it'd be drums. I'm a really good air drummer. That's about it.
The movie Step Brothers came out and he got scared.
I'll do the air guitar while you got the drums. We're good.
Yeah, there's a reason I don't stream with an in-car camera just yet, because I look at some of the screenshots, my in-car facing data, it's pretty obnoxious.
Between that and copyrighted music, you're in trouble.
Yeah, that too. Ugh. Can't stand it when you're pulling into a gas station and you got the stream running and they got music blaring on the speaker. It's like, come on,
I never even thought about that.
It'll happen if it's loud enough. If that gets picked up in the background, it's happened to others.
Yep.
And it's just one of those things you got to watch out for.
You're right. Yeah. I don't even know why I never thought about that, but that's a valid point.
Well,
even someone on a motorcycle, if someone pulls up to you on a motorcycle and they got the speakers blaring, I always have to mute it real quick. It's just not worth the risk.
So what's your dream chase setup if money was not an option?
Dream chase setup was probably April 26, 2024 last year. I mean, that day just had so many big, strong, photogenic tornadoes that you were able to easily track and get close to with a good road network. And you always hate that towns are impacted and things like that, but if we're just looking at it meteorologically and what happens with the weather, that was like the perfect setup. Big tornadoes, photogenic tornadoes. You could get close to them. I can't imagine a better setup than that one.
Now, I know we have the issue once in a while we'll say this looks like it's going to be a good day or a good chase day, and it'll offend a bunch of people. And what we're trying to get at when we say it's a good chase day is the parameters are there for us to heighten our interest.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to go out.
Yeah, exactly.
How often do you see comments going against that on like your feed?
Every time I talk about it, and I just remind people, like, look, I'm a weather nerd. Like, that's the whole reason I'm here. The storms are going to happen whether or not there's a population center there. They're going to go where they go. They're going to do what they do. It's nothing personal. And, at the end of the day, we're also there to help. Yep. So, it's not just, I'm not hoping for the damage. I'm not hoping for the destruction, but like, this is just the job. You don't criticize firefighters who run into burning buildings. When they're sitting around bored all day, they're like, can we get some, it's just the job. Like you're ready to respond to your call. It's no different than working in those type of services.
I don't think people understand the ground truth aspect of it, that we're out there MPing and filming and live and, putting information out there in real time. It's not, we're not out there, just for the adrenaline of it or just to get a cool photo. Yeah, that's great and all, but we all generally are passionate about weather and storms, you know what I mean? And so there's so many trolls on Facebook that go against it, but
the adrenaline comment always gets me because 95% of storm chasing is boring. Like, it's like you get 2 minutes of adrenaline for 36 hours of driving. Like, I mean, it's kind of silly, and I actually just had a message sent to me on my page yesterday from a woman in Perry, Florida. And she's like, I don't even know if you're going to see this. It's taking me a long time to send this, but your stream during the hurricane helped us out so much. When we were watching, we knew what was going on. You told us the eye was about to, make landfall and to hunker down, and we did. And she thanked me over and over for that. I got a lot of these messages after April 26th as well. So there really is an impact there. And that's what some of these folks need to remember, especially what are you doing here? Why are you out here in the hurricane? And da. You're not supposed to be here. It's like, it's literally the job.
And that's what a lot of people don't understand is a lot of people are going away from the traditional meteorology on TV. A lot of people are going to the streamers. We have 60 chasers across the United States. Not all of them stream, but when they do, we push that out there just because, a lot of people, especially, I'm only 30. So make some of you guys feel old, Brian.
Oof.
I have a middle finger, but I'll keep it off the stream.
But a lot of us, we rely more on what we're seeing firsthand, not just somebody pointing at a radar. Mm-hmm. So that's kind of like where we came in. We're like, hey, we want to help push the alerts out there. If people see it, they're more likely to react to it. Similar to, what was it, Moore, Oklahoma. They didn't think that anything was ever going to happen there. And tornado sirens went off. Nobody took it seriously because they always went off. And little did they know, boom, they got nailed.
Yeah. Seeing is always believing. That ground truth is always going to get people to act more. And we've seen such a shift, especially in the last 3 to 4 years.
Yes.
Of where the public is choosing to get their weather information. Everybody, mainstream media, that is fading fast.
It is.
People are really gravitating towards these kind of individual streamers. It's the whole neighbor next door vibe, like this is someone you can relate to who's not just, I don't mean to demean anyone who's in the field, but, just a puppet standing there on TV pointing at a radar. Again, that's not to demean the work that they're doing, but this is the perception that people have.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think they see the consistency and, they know you're going to be out there, you're going to be sharing that information, relaying it. So they kind of put their trust, they all kind of pick their own person or their own group or, their own Facebook, YouTube, whatever they watch, and they kind of hone in on that and kind of stick with them. I've noticed that, we got a good percentage of people that always like or comment, across our platform. So it's just,
and
so
it's easier to get the it's easier to get that information out faster too. When if you're a chaser on the ground who's live with it, because if you think about it, you see the tornado, and then you send the report to the news desk, and then someone at the news has to receive it. Then they have to give it to the guy on TV. Even the National Weather Service, it takes them a minute to draw up that tornado warning. That's not their fault. That's just the process in the chain of command. It takes longer to get that information out. If you're a chaser on the ground with a live feed, that's the fastest way to also receive the information, and there's proven benefits there.
I know for me, it's easy to forget, and some of the hate that you get on Facebook when you get those messages back from a follower that you've saved or you've helped, or somebody that needs to know what's happening. Is this storm going to come towards my house? And you can help them out even when you're not chasing. I get those messages all the time on my Facebook, messaging me, hey, I hear the sirens going off. Is this a real threat? And you can get on and actually help them. So you forget all the hate that you've been getting for going into the storms when you get these, followers that are here believing in you, and trusting what you're able to do because they've seen you out there. So that's what keeps me going is, getting those messages, getting the thank you messages like you were talking about with the hurricanes. Those are what keep us going.
Absolutely. At 99.9% of the hate comments about they roll right off my shoulder.
Exactly.
It very rarely gets to me. If I'm having a bad day for other reasons, sometimes it's like, all right, I'll argue with them just for a few moments to take out some frustration. But I mean, 99.9% of it is just off the shoulder.
And kind of like what Brian said, at the end of the day, they're just helping our engagement.
That too.
So let them do their thing, and it just benefits us in the long run. So
they think a lot of them think they're going to tarnish your image or something like that, and I'm just, hey, let them hate, let them vent, let them roll with it. The public will take care of them. What I mean?
Yeah, usually your followers are right there to back you up, anyways. And most.
I love it. I have a really good following base. I love my followers. They are awesome. When they just start dogpiling on one of these clowns, it makes me laugh. I'm just like, y'all are awesome. I'll do a special live hangout just to tell you guys are awesome for doing that.
It's one of those, okay, well, I don't have to get suspended for this one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because you do got to kind of watch what you're saying. If you're running the page, you have to. You don't want to say something that that they can.
You got to pick and choose for sure.
The algorithm will strike you down for.
Yeah.
So I want to touch on a picture real quick that you posted December 24th, 2024. So this picture made me laugh my ass off.
Oh man.
So when I saw you post this picture, I've been following you for probably 4 years. And I saw you post this picture, dude. I literally just woke up. That's at the top of my newsfeed. I'm like, what the fuck is this? And I look again, and I'm like, dude, this is great.
You got hungry, didn't you?
Oh, I forgot what even prompted me to do that. That's funny. I'm not big into this whole AI craze yet. But when it comes to generating a funny image like that, it's like, all right, I'll dip my toes in the AI web here. But man, I can't even remember what. I think I was just wishing everyone a Merry Christmas or something like that. Like I said, imagine me as Santa Claus with a tornado in the background, holding my favorite pizza and a sandwich and a Mountain Dew, and that's what it spit out. Those are the three big things in my life at the moment.
So I know you've been a lot of places to chase storms. So what is a bucket list place that you have not been that you would love to go chase a storm in?
Oh man, that's a real good question.
Probably
a foreign country. I haven't gotten up to Canada yet, mainly because I do a tour during Canada's prime season, so I'm stuck here in the States for that. But probably somewhere in another country, like even Australia. Would love to experience the backwards supercells down there, just because it would totally trip me up, So yeah, probably somewhere like Australia where they get severe weather, or the little tornado alley they got down there in like Argentina or Brazil, or southern Canada. Some of these other tornado alleys throughout the world. I've pretty much covered everything here in the States.
Argentina seems like that would be a fun one to go down to.
Yeah, that would be. I mean, to say you saw a tornado in Argentina, like, come on, I don't know any storm chaser in our circles that have that. I know Pickles Hank went down there. Reed Timmer's gone down there a couple times, but I don't think that don't think they came back with tornadoes.
Yeah.
It's hard. It's a challenge.
Hmm.
I would love to try to put that notch in the belt one day.
So, and I know we talk about tornadoes and hurricanes, but other than those two, what's your next favorite kind of storm that you like to chase, or weather event, whether it be, fire chasing, whatever it is, hailstorms? What's your next favorite one to chase?
Yeah, if we're taking tornadoes and hurricanes off the table, hail would count. I'm a big hail guy. I love big hail. I like to play in hail. There's been days where I've like cost myself tornadoes because I wanted to go play in the hail instead, and I'm okay with
hell no.
Yeah, exactly. There you go. Like, so I'm a hail guy. If we're taking like severe weather off the table, convective severe weather, probably the next thing is lake effect snow.
Ooh, yeah,
Growing
that's
up
a good
in,
one.
oh,
It's a good one.
that's not lake effect, but I love lake effect
That's
snow.
some good North Texas snow there.
Yep.
I know that
showing
snow
North
very
Texans
well.
What snow was in that photo? Like, you see this stuff? This is what snow is.
I think that was my front yard here in Singer.
But yeah, lake effect snow is awesome. When you get
lake
one of those,
effect is.
it's real, especially when
The Michigan guy says no.
I live right up by 94.
Yeah, right there, like over there by Dowagiac and all that.
I live in Jackson, but I grew up in Battle Creek.
Okay, so yeah,
that's
like they don't get the streamer lake effect snow. Like, that's when the whole like western part of Michigan is just getting blanketed, like where you don't get that real concentrated band of intense lake effect snow. It's just like 3 days worth of kind of light, moderate, fluffy snow. So
yeah, I've really only seen extreme is in Chicago area. That's about the only place I've been around during that time. But I mean, it was amazing what it does over there.
It's hard to really get a good one in Chicago just because of where they're located, but it can happen. I mean, that's the most intense snowfall rates that I've ever seen. It was a lake effect snow thunderstorm cell dumped over my neighborhood, and we got like 6 inches of snow in 40 minutes. It was incredible. There was thunder and lightning. Like, it's just insane how fast that snow can come down.
See, really I like going west, so I'll go 131 west over to the lakeshore. We actually started our storm chase season out up here over on the lakeshore, and I don't know, everything west of 131 just seems favorable. I think I need to try and talk my wife into moving.
Yeah, there you go. You gotta down here. It's in North Texas. It's Aubrey. So it's always Aubrey that's getting the thunderstorms. I'm like, why? What? Something that Valley View to Aubrey corridor. Well, there's something about it.
Lake Ray Roberts, I'm telling you, that's what does it for us.
Yeah, there's got to be something down there all the time.
So, wrapping up here, we're starting to get a little bit close to time here. We always try to end up with the same question as much as we can. So what advice can you give to someone just starting out in storm chasing? Maybe that's that high schooler or something that loves weather, maybe just getting their license and trying to get their Skywarn, things like that. What advice do you think that you can give to them that might help them?
Yeah, it's another question I get a lot. And what I tell these folks is, first start learning about storm structure and behavior before you head out there. Keep your distance at first until you start recognizing patterns of storm movement. The storms, they all have the same features. After a while, it's all just pattern recognition. You'll see what happens. Like, oh, here comes the inflow tails and the RFD. You'll start to clue in on what this stuff means. So keep your distance at first until you can start predicting what the storm is doing in real time. Then you can move in if that's what you choose to do. My other thing, this is more on the social side of things, is don't compare yourself to others. Storm chasing the culture around storm chasing is both amazing and it's very toxic because of what it takes to, if storm chasing full time is your dream, it is not an easy dream to achieve. So do not compare yourself to others, because some are just positioned to easier achieve that in life, and some folks got to work a little bit harder because of what their life entails. It's just, you got to go out there, do your thing, do it because you love the weather first, stay true to the passion, and you will achieve every goal that you have for yourself.
Outstanding.
Love it.
Alrighty, y'all, we're gonna wrap it up there. We potentially have Adam back on another episode.
Anytime.
So just stay tuned to that. Appreciate you guys tuning in, watching this episode. Make sure you share it out with your friends. Make sure you guys go follow Adam if you're not following Adam already. Much love, guys.
Absolutely. Thanks, Adam.
Thanks,
All right, thanks, Adam. Appreciate
Yep.
it.
Thanks, guys.